Happy Canada Day. I'm often met with surprise on here from a lot of you that I am Canadian, even though sometimes you make fun of some of the words that I pronounce. But I thought, what a perfect opportunity to talk to you about our healthcare system here, and not in the way that you think, because yes, it is very easy to find lots and lots of reasons to shit on our healthcare system. But at the end of the day, it's free. Yes, I know, that's taxpayer money. But I am someone that works with clients all over the world. All over the world. I see notes from doctors, diagnostic results, blood work. I see women from the Middle East and Asia, from South America, all across Europe, all over the United States. I see how the system functions. Okay, I see the level of understanding about women's bodies and healthcare, how different it is from country to country, from continent to continent, and Canada still leads the way. So I wanted to come on here and share some of the things you might not realize about Canadian healthcare. And whatever your feelings or lived experience, which are very valid, about our healthcare here, if you pay attention to the news, if you see what's going on in the world, it is an absolute privilege to just have been born in a country such as Canada. Mammogram. So most provinces now allow routine screening starting at age 40. I'm 40. Getting a mammogram at my age seems insane. This is important, and I know a lot of you feel a certain way about mammograms, but I'm telling you, once you've had a few people pass away from cancer in your life, your views, whether you are a natural practitioner like myself or not, your views on these things change. My mother-in-law passed away at 47 years old of ovarian cancer. It's only 7 years older than me, 47. This is Hanky. She's a big kitty, aren't you? Oh my goodness, what a cutie. Every day I go on this app, I see so many people with GoFundMes to try to afford cancer treatment. Cancer treatment is free in Canada. I have critical illness insurance, so if I did develop cancer of any kind, I would get a lump sum payment tax-free paid out to spend any way that I wanted. That's different than a life insurance policy. That is for the living. So that instead of now being physically burdened and stressed out from having a horrible diagnosis like cancer, I'm not also worried about how am I going to pay my bills or how's my family going to survive. So I'll make another post about that. But just things like this, not a lot of people know about these things. Even Canadians, not a lot of people know about these options that are available to them. You can get the BRCA genetic testing. So if you have breast cancer that has run in your family, you can talk to your doctor or your nurse practitioner and just say, hey, like I would like to get tested for this so I can take a preventative approach to breast cancer if I'm a gene carrier. And I told you guys before, I took that MyHeritage DNA testing and the BRCA gene was on there. Now, of course, you can't just get a $60 kit and then that replaces medical care, but it does have a little bit of information that you can go see your doctor and say, hey, like, I don't know how accurate this is, but it's a little bit of a red flag. Can you look into this? That's what happened to me. I was very high risk for a blood clotting disorder. I took it to my doctor. He instantly put the referral into hematology. A month later, I saw my hematologist. We went through so many different blood tests. Guess what? I have a blood clotting disorder. Okay, so the reason why I'm sharing stories like this is that the more you know about your body, your health, and what you have access to, the better your healthcare experience. A lot of what I do is educating women on advocating for themselves. The thing that I disagree with is that it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't have to research and do all of these things to get the same level of healthcare as someone who is spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of their time and have the resources and all of this to be able to access healthcare. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. We have access to Pap tests and HPV screening here. So if you are born in the 80s like me, we got Pap smears when we were 15. You know how traumatizing that was? You know how traumatizing that was? So now the age is a little bit later, like 25. It's normal to us, but not for the rest of the world, that you can just go to a walk-in clinic, ask them to give me a Pap smear and get checked for cervical cancer. I could do that and it wouldn't cost me anything. Bone density or DEXA scans, really important, ladies. If you are in late perimenopause or menopause where your estrogen is coming down a little bit, you want to be able to monitor that the lower your estrogen goes, that you're monitoring your bone density. You want to make sure that you're lifting weights. You want to make sure like the movement of going up and down the stairs and stomping, that you're adding movements like that daily into your life to be able to protect your bones. Estrogen does play a huge part in this. It plays a huge part in your cardiovascular health. So it isn't just reproductive health. When it comes to pregnancy, midwifery is an option. I had a midwife for both of my children, and it felt exactly like private healthcare. Say I had a 3 o'clock appointment, I would go right to her office. Never waited a single minute. I just walked right into her office. Lights were dim and low. There was a couch. I could bring my whole family if I wanted to. We talked about all kinds of things. She became a lifelong friend. She attended both my daughter's baby showers. It was such an important part of my life, and I'm so grateful that I had that. Same with lactation consultants. The lactation consultant, midwife, both just came to my house. Both babies. Didn't even have to get dressed. They just came to my house. Lactation consultant helped me breastfeed. I breastfed for 5 years. Midwife came to the house, weighed my baby, had a conversation, drank some tea. Like, it's fantastic. And it was free. All of it free. Last one here, hormone replacement therapy. Bioidentical hormone replacement therapy is now free here in Manitoba. It's free in British Columbia. Hoping that this is going to be across Canada soon. That goes for birth control as well, including IUDs. So IUDs were anywhere between $300 and $500 to get an IUD. And if it didn't fit, if you got a small one or a big one, yes, this matters. You have to buy another one. For women that need HRT, it's a game changer. This changes your quality of life. Women that want birth control for contraception, it is free and available to you. So we might not have the greatest healthcare on earth, but public health. It's still public health. It's not going to be 100% wonderful, but there are some improvements, of course, that can be made, and the experience is very different from province to province. A completely different experience from a suburb in Calgary to Nunavut. Like, it's very different. It's very different. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but I just wanted to share that sometimes because we live here, we don't realize what we have. So I wanted to share this post to just highlight the many, many wonderful, life-saving, preventative, free services that are covered here in Canada. And if you have a story to share, put it in the comments. Maybe there's something that I haven't shared that you've experienced that completely changed your life and can help another woman. So happy Canada Day, and I'm just so grateful to be Canadian.